Hello, my fellow Argonauts. Is it Argonauts? Astronauts? You astronauts, you. We're not asses. No. You're getting confused. We are dicks in space. I don't remember. I'm going to have to watch an episode of Pigs in Space so I remember the whole, because I think they, talk in the beginning, long ago in a galaxy far, far away. Blur, 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 blur. I'm going to have to, But I believe we are on a new dick time and a new dick channel. There are new devils, because this is a new level, so don't be scared now. We are not home alone, but we are home. We finally figured out that we are within this vessel at home, but yet our vessel is within us. And we've also figured out, there's a lot of figure-ins out that I've done in the last 2 hours, and at the same time it's all gone just like that. Fuck you, dicks in space. It's just like you just take a little fucking flight out the door sometimes. There was a point to this. There really was a point to this. Well, we're moving to a new storage unit, which is very exciting. I'm very excited. We have not done this in quite a while. And I gotta tell you, there are stones everywhere. Hold on just one moment. I'm kind of trying to remember exactly the wording that I found to explain this, to describe the epiphany or the level of understanding that I came to as far as, okay. So you are me, I am you, we are each other, I am you in a different body, you are me in a different body. So, because we are separated and yet we are one. So there's that confusion of how can we be in different bodies and yet be the same person? It doesn't make sense. I just don't understand. Well, parents just don't understand, but we of the being like children for God, we understand. I am a child of God, and so I've come to my reckoning. No. Hold on, I gotta remember where I'm at. Here I am. Okay, so let me put me in park. Let me turn me off. Okay. There's this whole spiritual awakening, you know. If you don't know, well, it's a doozy. And we don't become completely enlightened in this lifetime, until we're dead. But we do live 2 lifetimes. We can be resurrected in this life to a new, brand spanking new life. But we have to remember what it was that we had forgotten through the veil of forgetting when we came into this lifetime. Okay? And there is there are 3-year cycles, there are 7-year cycles, there are 11-year cycles. There are cycles, okay? Plenty of cycles we go through. Well, when you are resurrected, you become like a child again. You become a child of God again because you are now innocent And yet you have boundaries. So you are now meek. You are no longer weak. Okay. There's, this whole in-between phase, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you are me in a separate body, experiencing yourself as a fractal of God, as that identity in a separate body. Oh, man. Oh, man. I was going on that tangent, and it was like, wait a minute, we got to get back to where we were at when we wanted to explain. And then I guess I was getting there, but it was a very, 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 very roundabout like a roundabout, and I could not take that long-ass roundabout to make this point. And it's like, my grandpa is definitely here with me. My grandpa. I love you, Grandpa Myers. I love you. He is a lecturer, but we will lose focus. I'm trying to think of how I was saying it when it first came to me. You are a separate body from me, correct? Like, your body is separate from me. But because you are a personality of Source, you are your own individual identity. That makes you an individual, not a separate, like, you're a separate person, but a unique individual. You're a separate meat suit, but a one of a kind individual, because we are individual pieces of a collection of soul, of Source. So you are an individual fractal of a whole part. So you are a part of me, and I am a part of you. The only way that we are separate is the physical part of us, but the energetic part of us, like who says it? I think it's Billy Carson. He says the only thing that's keeping me from going through this chair is the fact that I believe it's here, because I've made it up in my mind, and therefore I've materialized it. We are on the effect plane, the 3D plane. The causal plane is what we have believed and therefore have made fact, made form. But our belief is the only thing that is keeping us separate, because we believe we are separate individuals, or separate entities. We are separate identities. It's the id. We program the id. And then we separate. And then we believe we are separate. But that's because all the programming entities have also been programmed. They all have IDs. They're all identities. The ID, the individualized person, is not the person that you necessarily want to always refer to yourself as. Sometimes you shouldn't always just be that unique, sovereign, separate individual or no, you always want to be sovereign, but what is the separated individual, the you versus the, sometimes the sameness is the enemy. And sometimes it is the greatness within us. Because knowing that we are all of the same source, we can create amazing things. But it's when everyone says, I need to be. And it's not about being separate, it's about being better. We don't compare. We don't compare. Uniqueness doesn't compare. It's individual. It's an outstanding, one of a kind being. I know this sounds all flabbergasted. It's because it's like there's roads to be traveled that are otherwise known as, and they want to put their opinions out there. And right now I really needed to get to our energetic bodies commingle energetically. But if we and if we allow, sometimes people can, and even if we don't allow, sometimes if we're just not paying attention, people can take our energy with them, because we're commingling. We're always commingling energetically. And that's a part of what we've forgotten, that we are always energetically commingling. And if people get us to be afraid or angry, in need or confused, in a state of stress or anxiety, loss or dismay, any negative kind of energetic level, when we are separating from them, or when we are walking away from when we are walking away from or separating ourselves from their energy, like distancing ourselves from that energy, we should be able to detach. We should be able to detach our energy. My energy stays with me. Your energy stays with you. And that should be how it is. Like, we only share energy when we're near each other. But there are some people that want to hold on. It's called holding and keeping. Not giving and receiving. Now, I can give my energy to you when I'm thinking about you, and I'm giving you some good energy, and I'm worried about you, or not worried, but like I'm praying for you and hoping the best for you and sending you good juju, and like pray, like if somebody's praying for you. And then there's, what you say about, people will say about black magic and spells and hexes and curses, and they're thinking about you, but they're thinking about you in a negative manner. And that's when they're holding and keeping. They're holding and keeping. And if you are in turn thinking about them, thinking about you in a negative manner, then you are self-sabotaging. You are allowing that. And then therefore you're then in return putting out negative energy. And then you're holding and keeping. And you're then putting out the negative energy. It's not good on either end. To worry is just the same as to wish harm. There's no need to worry. There's no need to worry. Just wish them the best. Love on them. Hope for the best for them. I mean, you can miss them and wish they were there with you. Hope that everything's okay, but just know that everything's okay and think about good memories, or think about the good things you're going to do with them next time you see them. Or detach completely and just nothing. Either, if you're not going to, like my mom said, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. If you can't think anything nice, don't think anything at all either. Because any way you look at it, whether you're thinking about them thinking about you negatively or you're thinking about them negatively, either way you look at it, there's a negative in there. There's a negative in there. And that is either you're creating it or they're creating it. Either way, it's being created, and that's not what we're about. We're not about creating negative anything. We're about, and I'm not saying love and light, everything's perfect, we can work this out, hugs and kisses. Just don't, where your focus goes, energy flows. And I have been so caught up in this story of, let me tell you all my woes, hey, Dr. Seuss out there, but let me tell you all about it. Yeah, shit happens, but I don't need to put a name to a face. I don't have to put, I don't have to tell a story about the whole situation. People have been screwing with my shit. And I want that shit to stop. So I'm going to say this, that shit don't exist anymore. That is not in my timeline. That is going to stop. I am going to see my kids every holiday. I'm going to be the happiest I've ever been. I'm going to move on with my life. I'm going to make space for good things. I'm going to get rid of the things that don't no longer serve me. And it's just going to happen that way. I'm going to put out positive vibes. I'm going to give you the best information that I know how to give you. I'm going to hope that I can improve your life while I'm improving mine. And I'm certainly going to hope that we're improving our lives, because we can't, things can always get worse all the way around for everybody. But I know for a fact that it is getting better. And that's just that. Bottom line, point blank, period. It is getting better. It's getting better. You don't have to believe me. You see the signs. We all see the signs. It's getting better. Just, we got to keep our mouth shut and our thoughts pure. Good zhuzh. Nothing is as bad as our past self and our born in a barn ass thinking wants to believe. It's not true. That shit is not true. We don't listen to that shit anymore. And it's no longer going to regurgitate. It's no longer going to, reverb and repeat. We're no longer on a loop. We're no longer looping it because we're not stooping to it. Like Lil Wayne says, I looped it, I'm stupid. I looped it, I'm stupid. He says it right in his song, turn your fucking noodle to nada. That's what it'll do. And thinking is just as much as an addiction, as drinking, as gambling, as anything else that you are numbing out to. You can numb out to thinking. You can numb out to meditation. Perfect. But you know what? Sometimes people will meditate and they'll think they're meditating and they're just really having their freaking negative self-talk shit on a loop. And they don't even realize they're doing it. And they think that they're oh, I'm zenning out here picking up. I would zen out picking up stones and just be thinking about all the bullshit that I've been going through. Racks on racks on racks on racks of bullshit. Nah. That's not my story. That's not my story. That's not my story. That's not your story. That's not the truth. That is the past. That is dead and gone. Dead, dead, dead and gone. And stop hanging out with people that keep saying, why do you always want to talk about the past? And then that's all they do is talk about the past. And then they're telling you that all you do is talk about the past. Bitch. You're talking backwards. And you can't ever point it out to them because it's like they suck you right in to doing it. And then you're like, wait a minute. And it's like 4 days later, you're like, wait a minute. I thought you were telling me that I was the one talking about the fucking past. And this came up and you'll go fucking crazy. And they're not doing it on purpose. They're doing it because that is the entity, that is the self-talk, that is the shit that they still can't get rid of. And they haven't, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why they can't change. And oh God, it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart because it's like they're going crazy. It's like they're speaking a whole nother language. And then they'll see other people doing it, and they will mention that other people are doing it. It's like, that is the same thing that you've been doing. You're doing the exact same thing. How do you not notice this? And how do you have the right to talk about anybody else's? And I'm probably doing it right now. Right now. Who knows? It's scary. I worry. I worry so much. Because they don't need help. They don't need help. They don't want help. They refuse help. They have everything they need. I love you. I'm going to let you go. I don't even know why this turned into something like that. When this was supposed to be like, yeah, an epiphany. But I'm a pig in space. I'm a dick in space. I don't know. I got to look that up. I got to watch that show. Fucking Dr. Seuss. I love you. There's got to be somebody besides Dr. Seuss, because it's just, I mean, maybe I'm just a famous rapper in my hearts and I don't know it. Maybe I'm Tupac. That was a joke. Maybe I'm Left Eye. God, I loved that woman. That was my favorite. All of the TLC songs, all of them that I knew, I always did her spot, like her part. And she's short. I'm short. And she's super cute. And I was super cute in the day. Oh my gosh. I just love her. All right. I'll talk to you later. You take care of yourself. Bliss out, bitch. Blessed be. Bye.